Hi, Tina. Look at the babies. My sleeping babies. Meta. Hi, Anne. Hi, Kathy. Kirby. Hi, Tam. Hi, Sue. Say hi, Faye. They're the sleepy babies. They made me all sleepy. I almost fell asleep. It's all their fault. Oh, Faye Faye. Oh, Faye Faye. Are you purring? Are you purring? I know, one day you'll hear that notification bell and there will actually be kittens. But for now, these are our giant kittens. Huh, Faye, you're just a giant kitten. And there's the belly. The face and the belly. Fiona is over there in the empty box. She was on my lap and I moved. Hi, Lizzie. And so she left me for the box. Yes, Fiona. Are you coming back? Yeah? You want to come up? Okay. There's only so many spots for kitties up here on the couch. I don't know where Fig is. She might be up in the cat tree. Or usually she likes to be on that chair inside of the blanket. So she may be in there, but I think she may be up in a cat tree. Say hi, Fiona. Are you gonna say hi? Our perfect little panther. Oh, look at that princess. Hi, Catherine. Yes, Fiona is quite a little purr box. Huh. Come on, baby. Is that drool on your chin? Or is that schmutz? She finally forgave Rob for going to the vet. Every time I take him to the vet, it seems to take her longer and longer to embrace him again. This time it took like 4.5 days. Oh, what was that? Was that being cute? So her and Faye, both of these ladies, were walking around hissing at Rob every day for 4 days. And then once Fiona embraced him again, Faye seemed to be fine again. Yeah, but it's not like, I mean, I literally take him in, they check him out, and then they take his blood, and I take him home. So I don't know why his stink is so offensive to you. And then Rob just follows them around the house, meowing at them in his quiet little whisper meow, like, hey baby, come on. It's me. Love me. Let's cuddle. Oh, there's Fig. And then they hiss and get pissed off. Fig, I don't know where you're gonna fit. You have eye boogers. I don't have the napkin right here. My little Figlet. I was very surprised though. I have a Faye. She just swatted at Fig. Fig got too close, I guess. Fig, you have to come over here. Figlet. I had a cat sitter who I'm gonna use when I go see my mom in February, and he came over to meet them, and the only one who came out was Rob, surprisingly, because usually Fiona comes out. But he sat down, and Rob came out of his hiding place and like totally loved up on him. Piglet, where'd you go? Man, I have been battling headaches all this month. It's driving me crazy. My head is pounding. Oh, Fiona, how's your head? Yeah, Rob likes guys, but he likes girls too. I mean, he's the older he's gotten, the more he's embraced people, but it always surprises me when he's the first one out. He's like, I'm already sick. What's another human gonna do to me? It's like he's not as afraid anymore. He'd rather risk it for attention. Huh, robbers? But his blood work looked okay. It's not perfect, but he's not diabetic, and he's not like, you know, but he's so skinny, you guys. You can't really tell right now, but like he has no stomach. Even the vet was like feeling around, and she's like, he just has no stomach. And I'm like, it's just, he's not, he just, as much as he eats, he doesn't absorb enough. Yeah, I think that's for me too, Kimberly. It's the heater, it's the weather changes. We've been having some rain, which you know I love, but then it's like totally sunny and pollinated, and I don't know, but like I just had the flu for 3 weeks, and then I got better. I think that was what, 2 weeks ago, and now I'm getting another freaking headache, and I'm like, geez. Hi, Aloha. Faye, what are you doing? Look at how cute he is, though, guys. I'm totally better from the flu. Hi, ghosties. It took 3 weeks to get that flu out of my system completely and for my brain to start working again. But these headaches just keep coming back. But I just switched my health insurance, and so I can go back to my old doctor that I haven't seen in over a year. And I'm hoping that this year I'll be able to get into some specialists and figure out why I'm having so many freaking migraines. Yeah, we're about to have some rain too, and I love the rain. Yeah, the flu doesn't usually take that long, but whatever I got hit with, and I tested for COVID and it was negative. Yeah, I mean, I've been drinking so much water with electrolytes and everything. But yeah, I mean, the first thing I do is make sure I have caffeine and then make sure I have like water with electrolytes the minute a headache starts. But um, now I can't remember what I was saying. Oh, yeah, the flu thing. I had a migraine for and weird leg pains for a week, and then I got hit with the flu symptoms, and so it's either I had two separate things, or the headache and the body pain was linked to the flu, but the flu sinus and chest stuff didn't hit for a week. I have no idea. But I'll go get a full physical in January and make sure I'm okay. Oh, there's little Fig. They love these freaking boxes that the cat food comes in. Yeah, I'm like about 90 now. Feels like it. Well, I didn't get it. It didn't turn into like a. I used Mucinex, and so I didn't get it really bad in my chest or really bad in my sinuses. I had a really bad sore throat for 3 days. And then when that got better, it went to my sinuses and my chest a little bit, but it felt like every other time I've had the flu in my life at that point. It was just my body was already beaten down from the week-long migraine and the body pain that by the time the flu symptoms hit, I was just like done for. I know, right? I'm I just booked my flight to go see my mom in February, and I was like, should I just wrap myself in saran wrap? Because I don't want to bring anything to her. It seems like everybody's got something. Yeah, I was taking the highest dose of ibuprofen I'm allowed to. I was taking Mucinex because Kathy introduced me to Mucinex, and it has saved me from getting bronchitis many times now. Um, and I finally got those throat lozenges that are numbing. Oh my god, I cried. I was in so much pain that I had Walgreens deliver the throat lozenges, and when I put the first one in my mouth and it actually relieved some of my throat pain, I was so happy. Hi, Zoe. And it was just weird. Everybody around me was getting the flu or getting something. And then the ibuprofen always messes with my stomach, and like I feel like it almost takes me days to recuperate from the medicine that I have to take. I don't know. But even when I started feeling much better, I felt like I was still exhausted and my brain wasn't working. I went to a client and I just said to him, I was like, look, all my symptoms are gone. Obviously, like this has been going on for weeks, so I wasn't contagious anymore. And I'm like, but after 2 hours of working together, I was like, I need to go home. Like my brain just isn't working. And he was like, yeah, I can tell. You're just like, your brain is normally way faster. Knock on wood, Lizzie. Knock on wood. I've still avoided getting COVID, but there's going to be a few winter gatherings, so you never know. Oh, look, Fig moved. There's little Fig. Yes, Fiona, I moved. This is my life. I have my little spot on the couch, and usually they give me just enough to fit on the end. But I haven't talked to so many of you since Thanksgiving. There are those of you that even celebrate Thanksgiving. And, you know, during the holidays, all I think about is food. So, have you guys been making any special food? I've been making a lot of mashed potatoes, and I made my own cranberry sauce. And I have to say, my cranberry sauce was pretty awesome. I used like fresh cranberries, and I put sugar and water and a little lemon. I added horseradish and onions to my potatoes. Grape nut cookies. Ooh. I like grape nuts. Why does the chat keep disappearing? Yeah, grape nuts, like I love grape nuts, but they get soggy so fast. But they really do. That like first bite when you get a good bowl of grape nuts is just so yummy. Okay, so now she's asleep. I always mixed my grape nuts with raisin bran, and you have to eat it quickly. Ooh, Christmas crack? I want Christmas crack. Peanut butter. I love peanut butter. Grape nut ice cream. Ooh. Oh, Lizzie, next time you come, we have to put that on the list. Crackers topped. Oh, I've heard that with pretzels. Oh, Rob has been shaking more lately too. He's always had like tremors in his legs and stuff, but it's kind of drives me crazy when we're cuddling. Now he stopped. The grape nuts cookies are on the list? Okay, good. Look at how cute he is. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out a vegan dessert to make for a party I have to go to next week. I may just get vegan cookies. Well, December's kind of my month to eat lots of mashed potatoes and cranberry sauce. I don't know what it is. I put horseradish in everything, and I eat a lot of mashed potatoes. It makes me happy. It's like my comfort food. And I tried this year not to put too much like vegan butter and olive oil in them. Tried to make them a little healthy. Or not healthy, but not as unhealthy. And I tried not to put too much sugar in the cranberry sauce. And I actually kind of like the cranberry sauce a little more sour than sweet, so it was really good. Oh, Fig turned around. Hi, little pig. Yeah, butter and olive oil are good for your health, but not in like huge quantities. And I used to put huge quantities in my mashed potatoes. Oh, hello. She wants Fiona love. What are you doing, Figlet? Little pig. Yeah, I just looked up some cranberry sauce recipes online and then just threw them in a pot and did the best I could. I was just like, I just want some cranberries. I'm just gonna cook them down, add a little sugar, add a little water. Anything with mashed potatoes tastes good to me. But the frustrating thing is I have this container, this brand new container of sauerkraut, and I cannot get it open. I have banged it on the counter. I've used my piece of rubber grip thing to try to open it. I cannot get it open. I think I'm going to have to ask my tenant to try to open it. I do like mashed sweet potatoes. I love sweet potatoes, but there's just something about buttery, garlicky, oniony mashed potatoes, man. And every Thanksgiving and Christmas Eve, I go to one of my best friend's houses and we have tacos. She makes tacos and I make mashed potatoes. So it's kind of a habit now, a tradition. One of those jar opener tools. Well, it's not a typical jar though. That's a problem. I tried sticking a knife under the lid. It didn't work. I tried everything. I really wanted the sauerkraut. I really did. I was so bummed. So now I'm gonna have to just see if my neighbor can help me. Oh, now she's making biscuits. Hi, Desmond. You've had a cast for a while, haven't you, Anne? Oh my God, 6 weeks. Have you had? Have you like wanted to scratch underneath the cast like crazy? He's breathing. He's just sleeping. They're all just sleeping. Huh, Fiona? Four. Four kitties. Rob, Faye, Fiona, and Fig. This is what I stare at every day when I'm home. I always loved Nivea, but then my skin just got too sensitive, so the only thing I can really use is CeraVe now. But when the weather's been this hot and cold, you gotta like slather it on. Hey, Jennifer. They're not being very entertaining tonight. Yeah, I'm just trying to see if I can see Rob's little horn or not. He has one of those horns on his paw pad, but I think he's hiding it now. He's just a unique character. And you can see like his fur is finally growing back in on his stomach from when, after all these years, we got fleas. But he's just so scrawny. I'm like hoping his fluff keeps growing in so he won't look quite as sickly. Yes, Fifi. What are you doing? What? You have the prettiest eyes and eye boogies. Good night, Catherine. Oh, God, this headache. I was hoping to catch up on, like, and watch a movie or something. I don't know if my head can handle it. I finally gave in and started watching Yellowstone. And I just have to fast forward through all the cow scenes. Because, you know, I can't watch the cow scenes. But it's a really good show otherwise. Yes, Faye keeps her face clean. Rob's face is always dirty. Drive carefully, Tam. Oh, that pink nose. I just don't like seeing when they like tie up the cows or they scare the cows. I can't handle it. When they do the cowboy stuff with the cows. But the acting is really good. I've always liked Kevin Costner. Except for Waterworld, which was like a giant waste of time. Look at that little tooth hanging out. Her little fang. I guess this is better than when they hide. What are you guys doing? Hi, Lucia. Oh, Amaretto. Ama. Hi, baby. Hi, Fifi. Oh my god, she sheds so much. It is ridiculous. She's like a little baby seal, and she loses a layer of her undercoat constantly. Yes, that is a helpful site for sure. On your phone, Tam, at the bottom of the screen, there should be like a box that you can press, and the comments will show. Yeah, I think Karate Joe used to. Oh. Whew. I haven't been in any other chats. I watch like Tiny Kittens videos and stuff, but I don't ever look at chat anymore lately. It makes me want to run out and get kittens, and I'm just not ready. What? Look at the princess. Rob is doing okay. His blood work looked good. Not great, but good. Giving him B12 shots, and you know, I haven't gotten an update on Harley in a really long time, but I'm sure that she's doing really well. I feel like I'm missing comments. They just disappear. Yeah, Shelly's kittens are super cute right now. Super fluffy. Super, super fluffy kittens. But look, Rob has some fluff. He has cheek fluff. Look at that cheek. My little boy. Oh. What's the weather like everywhere, you guys? Like, Kathy, what's it like out in Washington right now? Is everybody getting some rain and snow? Except for our Australians. I think this is the first time in a long time it's been raining like everywhere. Except for Australia. We've been getting rain like once a week this last month. And I think we're supposed to get rain for a couple days this week. We need it. We got our drought. Oh, really, Sue? Where on the East Coast? Oh, wow. That's a change in weather. Florida is slightly different. But it's good if you get to be closer to your kids, Sue. I wish I could get my mom to move back here. My mom is doing okay. She's had some health stuff as usual. But I told her to try to be try not to get, when I go in February, I'm like, can we try not to have to go to the hospital this time? So I told her to go see all of her, like her cardiologist, go see all the doctors she can in January and December so that like we have a good shot of actually getting to spend time together in February. But I'm also wondering what the weather's going to be like in New York in February. Maybe I'll get some snow. Oh, I'm so sorry, Jennifer. 35 years old? Oh, mucklucks. I don't have mucklucks. I'll just have to. I'll wear some of my mom's winter stuff. Very true, ghosties. I think like 1 week of snow would be perfect in New York. And then I can come back to the sunshine here. And hopefully, this pet sitter will be really good, and then I can actually go visit her more later on in the year. He wears jean shorts year round. So, is he going to wear the thermal underwear under the jean shorts? Wasn't that a thing at some point where like people would wear thermal leggings underneath jeans, like underneath shorts? I feel like in like the 90s. It is, but you know, here in LA, it's like when we wear toe socks with flip flops. People don't really do that much anymore, but you know me. I'm hoping it comes back. Anything to not have to give up our like shorts or sandals. Well, wouldn't that be itchy? I don't. I used to love summer when I was younger, when my body temperature was naturally cold all the time. But now that I'm older, I kind of like, I like reasonable weather. I like to sit out in the sun for like 10, 15 minutes every morning, and I like to see clouds and a little breeze. Yeah, my hands will get cold periodically, but I used to like have to have a space heater under my desk when I was younger. And now I still get cold, but not quite as badly. I'm just happy I'm not having hot flashes anymore. I am so over it being dark by 4:30. It is driving me nuts. Especially because I try to feed the feral cat right before the sun goes down. So now I have to rush home from work by 4:30. You can have a hot flash and your hands are still cold. I don't know. I need kind of a medium weather because if it gets too rainy and cloudy, I get depressed. And if it's too hot and sunny constantly, it wears on me. So it's been perfect having rain periodically and then pretty clouds. I used to like it darker earlier when I was younger. I liked like driving, like I didn't mind driving at night, but I just feel like I don't have enough time in the day to get stuff done. I still get possums and skunks. I haven't seen the possums for a while, but they'll come back soon. But the skunks have been coming every night. And my feral kitty shows up every night when she's supposed to. Or every afternoon. I mean, it's 4:30. It still astounds me that she's like 50,000 years old and is still alive. And we've gotten a few random cats lately. There was this little like silver tabby that showed up, pissed my dad's cat off. Um, but then they kind of like just kind of hung around each other a little bit, and he had a bow tie on because I looked to see if he had a tag or something, but he had a bow tie. But I haven't seen him in the last like week. I always get worried when I see other cats out because I'm so careful about getting Kitty in the minute the sun starts going down, and I don't know if other people realize how dangerous it is for them to be out. My neighbor sent me a video clip from their security video of a coyote playing in their front yard with their dog's ball in the middle of the night. Just dancing around, playing with the ball right next door. And I was like, oh, God. I know, feral kitty and other feral kitty. Well, the real feral cat is Ripley, but I don't expect everybody to remember Ripley's name, but I can refer to her as Ripley. But then I always think back to John's Ripley. But every morning, my feral kitty, my dad's cat, comes to my front porch and yells at me. He likes to wake me up with his Siamese yowl every morning. And then I yell at him for being in the sun. Like, I'm like, do you want your other ear to get ear cancer? Oh, he just doesn't listen. Yeah, John, the John that lives below me says that he can hear Feral Kitty come up here and yell at me, and then Feral Kitty goes back downstairs and yells at him, and then comes, like, he just keeps coming back up and downstairs yelling at both of us. For what? I don't know. He gets food. $10 years. Yeah, that's when I started watching too, Lizzie. How has it been that long? It's crazy. Crazy. Time flies, man. I still had Gia and Johnny. What are you doing, Robbers? That was 5 years. Yeah, me too, Meta. I get those Facebook, like, 12 years ago, this is what you posted. And I'm like, oh. Oh, that's awesome, Aloha. Oh. See, she's finally embraced him again. I know, right, Ghosties? Well, even with Feral Kitty, my dad's cat, Facebook, like, posted, showed me a picture I posted of him when I had tried to bring him into my apartment to live with me. And that helped remind me how old he was, because I always forget. But he's like 14 now. And then it reminds me how old, like, Rob and Faye and Fiona, I mean, all of them, I always forget how old they are. Because they'll always be kittens to me. Oh, yeah, my mom discovered that her TV is too old for Apple Plus, too. So one of the things I'm thinking of forcing her to do when I visit is to let me install a new TV. Yeah, it wouldn't work on her Roku either. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. Maybe the Roku is too old? I don't know. Maybe I should try getting her a new Roku. I think it would be easier just to get her a new TV. Ow. I think her TV's only like 42 inches. It's not like a big one, so. Hi, robbers. That's weird, Kathy. thought that would be Nuna. Yeah, he's got lots of neck fluff. I just wish he had more fluff like around his stomach area. He's like all fluff around the neck and head and then like nothing on his body. Yeah, Rokus are like constantly on sale. They're really not that expensive. And I don't know anybody who's got Roku. Like I have friends who have it and never even realized that they're like there's a live Roku like channels. And they actually have some really interesting live Roku channels with like some old TV shows, old movies. Um, like one channel is just like Hell's Kitchen nonstop. All of the Gordon Ramsay TV shows. So some of them, like one thing you can like watch Highway to Heaven nonstop on another channel. Then there's like 80s MTV videos. Yeah, it's really kind of interesting. And then they also had like original TV show things that they have. It's really interesting. Well, wait, are you talking about the Apple TV, Lizzie, or are you talking about the Apple TV app? Because the Apple TV app is different than the like Apple TV box. I have a Samsung TV. Where's the 4K fireplace? How do I actually I could probably find it. Although I feel like I saw the option for the fireplace but I don't know. There's so many things to watch. Oh, Roberts, look at you. You're so cute. Are you so happy to have your girlfriend not hissing at you anymore? You know, it's interesting because even though he and Faye still wrestle and stuff, Fiona's the only one he does mutual grooming with like this. I just started it, Jennifer. Oh, ghosties, I feel your pain. It's just when I brought Rob home this time, usually it takes like 2 days, but this time it was taking forever. And like all day long, it was hiss, growl, hiss, growl, swat, hiss, growl. And I was like, stop it. It's like, please, I just want peace. And I even got Fiona to smell his butt, and she was like, nope. I'm like, you should be able to smell his butt and know exactly who he is. See, you can kind of see his balding fur. See how it's lighter there? That's his skin. Rob, say hi to your godfather. Say hi, Meta. Look at that slobbery neck. He did kind of grunt. He was putting everything he has into grooming his girlfriend. Chewing on her face. Do you love her? Right back to chewing on her face again. Yeah, right, Jennifer? Oh, I miss Mason. I'm so grateful I got to meet him in person. Look at those little paws. Are you so happy with yourself? Look at him. He looks so content. He's like finally back to normal. I mean, look at what I have to look at all the time, you guys. Oh no. See how scrawny his little tail is right now? No little tummy. Where are you going, Robbers? Mason let me sit close to him, but he, he was still feral. He didn't want me touching him or anything. But it was nice seeing him around the other kitties. Where are you going, Rob? Hi, handsome. You're so scrawny. Oh, don't fall. Where are you going? Please don't blow snot on me. Where are you going? Come here, Robbers. Oh, look at his little indented tummy. Dirk! All the sleepy kitties. What are you doing, Rob? Are you searching for food? Oh, hi, Janine. What are you doing, Rob? What are you doing, Robbers? You know, I have that tunnel scratcher over there, and they're tearing it to shreds, and I've had the hardest time finding a replacement. It's round like a tunnel, and they like to stand on top of it and scratch it to shreds. They like to scratch everything to shreds. But finding, like, they're square ones. Hi, Noodle. But finding a round one is hard. Yes, Robbers. Yeah, it's cardboard. Here, I'll show you guys. See, they're literally like puncturing it, but it's just that round one. It's hard to see, but that's a hole. So there, it's gonna fall inwards any minute now. Oh, Rob, you can see how little his little belly is. Target does? I thought I checked Target. I will check again. Huh, Robbers? Because I was looking on Chewy and Petco and nothing. No, I don't. I have a cat tree right at the window that they like to sit on, but they like to scratch on that and then lay in the hammock. It's kind of like they all share that scratching post. And I have to tell you, those hammocks are not made like they used to. That hammock is only 3 months old, and all that rope has already come off. And I feel like it's a waste to keep buying them every 3 months. But they love the hammock. Like, Rob loves the hammock. Look at him, the little cat tree. But they take turns in the hammock, but Rob's in there the most. Little pig. And the hammock itself is in good condition. It's just the rope always comes off. Oh, she's gonna come up and see Fiona. Come on. Did she just put you away? I'm sorry. She gets back together with Rob and then she rejects you. She's not a very good friend, Fig. No, I just think the hammock is made poorly. Whatever glue they're using sucks. It just unravels so quickly. It should last longer than 3 months, you know? I wish I could find another hammock like that one, because that one has lasted forever. And the rope they use is just different, and it's like cemented on there. But I can't seem to find that one. Little pig. My sweet girl. Thanks, Ghosties. I'll check it out when I'm done here. They like using it as like a step to get to the hammock, and they like to just scratch it up. I've never, like, I've put cardboard scratchers all around the house before, and that's the only one that they've ever really used. They typically ignore the cardboard scratchers. They either wanted to lay in a cardboard box or something. I think that's it for now. Thank you for finding on the Target. I can't believe I didn't find it on Target. I literally have checked like all over the place. I must be slow. It must be from the flu. I'm gonna blame it all on the flu. Look at the two of them in their boxes. I always wonder what anybody thinks when that doesn't have cats when they come over and they see all these like empty food cardboard box thingies. Because I have those two here, and then I have one in the kitchen and on the floor, and one on the kitchen table. But it makes them happy. They literally love to sleep in these boxes. Oh, I haven't had pho in a long time. I have not had boba tea in like 2 months. And when I was sick, I didn't have coffee for like 3 weeks. I had coffee the first week with the headache, but I didn't drink coffee the rest of the 2 weeks following, and then I didn't drink coffee for another week after that because my stomach was just so upset from taking the high doses of ibuprofen. And you know I love my coffee. Costco now sells boba tea by the case. Three minutes away from you, Lizzie? Ugh. I've just really been trying not to eat a lot of sugar. And like, I've been cutting back. I'm switching from oat milk to almond milk because I don't think my body is crazy about the oat milk. I don't know. You know, it's like a constant. I'm always trying to figure out what my body will allow me to eat comfortably. What are you doing, Robbers? Oh. See, I like my tea boba, my iced tea boba. Maybe I'll get some tomorrow. If this headache goes away. What are you doing, Robert? I feel like on the live stream he looks thicker than he is. It's like I'm looking at the screen and I'm looking at him and I'm like, he looks way fuller on the screen. Lashia, you have to try it. Jersey! Rob, say hi to Jersey. Rob, you totally made out with your girlfriend. She fell asleep and you left her. Yeah, I know how that goes, Lucia. Like, oh, I have to leave the house. Meat robbers. Look at Fiona all conked out. She was so happy with her makeout session with Rob, she just went nighty night. Yeah, I wonder if I get boba tea, since it's been so long, if I'll turn into Kathy and just be all hyper. I was kind of hoping that after not having coffee for so long, that when I did have it, that I would have like a boost of energy, and I really didn't. I was bummed. What are the symptoms of RSV? Yeah, I don't blame you either, Lucia. But I have to say, I haven't had to wear a mask for quite a while because I was stuck home for so long, and everywhere I went was pretty safe. But I put on a mask yesterday for when the pet sitter came over to meet the cats. And after talking to him for an hour with the mask on, that's when my headache started. And you know, I'm a full believer in masks, but I was like, maybe my body just is not used to them anymore right now. Because I took off the mask and my head was like pounding. Oh my god, that's torture, Kathy. Yeah, it was an N95. Oh, your back, Rob? Look at that belly. Yeah, they stay up better than the other masks for me, and I feel safer in them. But I do feel like I have a harder time breathing, and I'm hoping it's not, I don't know, messing with my sinuses. This feels like a sinus headache, but then there's some pain down the back of my neck, so I don't know. What are you doing, Rob? What are you doing? Origami. No, I'll look into them. Foot and mouth disease? Okay, I don't get, what is the foot and mouth disease? I keep hearing that brought up. Hi, Tam. Welcome back. Oh, robbers. See, if you just look at this part of his body, he's super fluffy. Just don't look anywhere else. Oh, robbers. The back of Rob's head. Oh, that sounds horrible. Oh my God, especially for kids to have sores in their mouths and rash around their mouth. Oh my God. It's different from hoof and mouth. Jesus. We've just got all the cooties going around. Yeah, luckily a lot of diseases do not transfer from animals to humans. Look, those little ears. Look at how shiny his fur is, as sickly as he is. His fur is lovely. Claire! How did the furniture building go, or whatever it was you were building? Right, Kathy? Maybe that's, hey, I do get what I thought was eczema, but maybe it's not been eczema. It's shelving for the walls with cat holes. That's exciting. Risers for your dining chair? What does that mean? Like you put it underneath the bottom of the chairs? Foot in mouth disease. You put the carrier under your chairs? I'm so confused. You mean you don't just have them stacked up like I do? I'm like, just in case of an earthquake. Like I'd be able to catch them. But I always think, well, it's better to have them there. So if there's an earthquake, once the earth stops shaking, I can grab them from under the bed and maybe get them in the carrier. Yeah, mine, if when there's any kind of ruckus, mine just hide. So even if they like the carriers, they're gonna hide. And I don't know if you guys have been in an earthquake, but I would hide under a bed too. Look at him. The fluff. Because in my head, when I try to work it through, I think, okay, if there's an earthquake, if I can grab them, I'm gonna grab them one by one and lock them in the bathroom. Then once I get them all in the bathroom, then I can work on getting them in carriers. Really, Kathy? Can you put a diaper on her? How long is it? Well, we've had little earthquakes, but the last big one was in 94. Yeah, well, when Claire was here, there were two, but they were little. They don't count. We get like 4-pointers and 2-pointers. You realize, Claire, that when you were here and we went to that restaurant Swingers, you got to see the guy from Stranger Things, and you got to see the actor who's on The Mandalorian. I mean, come on. It was worth the 2 little earthquakes. Yeah, 7.1, that was in the middle of nowhere. If it was 7.1 in the city, we would have been like, the house would be shaking like crazy. Oh, so she's peeing in the carrier. So she's not necessarily peeing on you. Although when I was delivering her to you, I put a puppy pad in the carrier and it still, the pee still left the carrier. No, Swingers got reopened. Swingers closed, and then somebody who used to work there, I believe, bought it and reopened it. So it's still there. So next time you come, I can take you to Swingers again. And we'll probably see somebody famous because every time I go there, there's always somebody famous. And they have the best vegan milkshake. Yes. We'll go. That's the only place I know to find celebrities. And they're always so comfortable there because people just leave them alone. And the food is good. Swingers is like coffee shop food, but they also are vegan friendly. So you can get burgers and grilled cheeses and milkshakes and wraps, and you can get breakfast food. You can get all the yummy stuff. So before I was vegan, my favorite thing there was grilled cheese with avocado, and they had like amazing milkshakes. You're reasonable for you order. But now I go and I get a vegan wrap and a vegan milkshake. That would be funny if you had to. Yeah, right. Well, and the area that that restaurant is in, there's also some like popular 12-step meetings in the area. So sometimes you'll see famous people because they just came from an AA meeting, or because there's also studios that aren't too far. So sometimes they may be filming in the area. You've never had avocado toast? Well, there I get the avocado grilled cheese when I still ate cheese, but avocado toast, you just mush up avocado and add like a little olive oil and garlic and salt and put it on toast. But with grilled cheese, you make the grilled cheese and just put some avocado in the middle, or and maybe a little tomato. It's yum. I put avocado on everything. Shelly and John still tease me about avocado because I'll just eat avocado. I mean, I eat avocado on everything. It's good for you. I think I eat guacamole every day. I just had a huge thing of guacamole before this. No, I don't. Well, I don't eat eggs, but no. Some people do, I'm sure, put an egg on their avocado toast. Yeah, you know. Well, if you make your own avocado toast at home, you won't be quite as poor. Because avocado can be quite expensive out at a restaurant, but I buy like cheap guacamole from Trader Joe's or cheap avocados from Trader Joe's and just smush it. You made 2 batches of guacamole in the last 6 days. That's what you should be doing. I have to say, the only reason I go to Chipotle is because of their guacamole. Their guacamole is probably the best guacamole of any fast food place around here because it's fresh. But I always have like Trader Joe's individual guacamoles in my refrigerator to put on in like a tortilla with sauerkraut. Oh, you're taking your mom to dinner? Yum. Well, and Chipotle, compared to some other fast food places, is not horribly expensive for the amount of food you get. So, ooh, hatch salsa. Ugh, yummy. I love food. I wish I could get my sauerkraut open. You should hook your mom up with Lizzie, and the three of you should go out sometime, Claire. Bye, Claire. Have a nice dinner. Say hi to your mommy. Oh, my head. Look, Rob still has his body mohawk. Everything else is balding, but he's got his mohawk. When they were bringing him back out to me after they took his blood, the girl was like, "He's so sweet, but he's shaking." And I'm like, he always shakes. She thought he was scared. I was like, well, he might have been scared, but. Good night, Jennifer. Vallarta Market? What's Vallarta Market? Oh. He still has a little ring around his nose. Well, and the vet gave me a new prescription for B12, so at least I have a year's supply of B12 now. I'm hoping that helps because his appetite has been a little iffy lately. And the one thing we've had going for us is that he loves food. So I'm like, please, please don't lose your appetite. Oh, I still haven't been there, Kathy. That would mean driving far away. Well, not that far, but you know. When Chipotle is like 3 minutes away, and they have lots of guacamole there. Oh, God. Because at a certain point, like everything in the markets has gotten more expensive, and the avocados definitely have. Hi, Hillbilly from North Carolina. Is that close to you, Anne? Cameron, North Carolina? Robbers? I remember you telling me about it, Kathy. I haven't been very adventurous since you told me about it. See, that's why you need to come visit more so we can go do it together and maybe not get into a car accident this time. Mohawk. Fiona blends in with the blanket. Faye is over in the box now. And Fig is on the chair. Faye? Yeah, I'm never stopping behind a big moving truck again. But I'm very proud of myself how I got it taken care of. Because I had their insurance company pay for it and didn't go through mine ultimately. I called and I spoke to their guy and I was like, my car won't let me hit your car. My car automatically stops before hitting anything. And he was like, okay, we'll pay. I mean, it was a little bit more difficult than that, but I spent hours on the phone with people and finally got it taken care of. And it turns out when they took the bumper and the light off and everything, there was internal damage that we didn't know about. So it ended up costing a lot more than we originally thought. When Kathy came to visit the last time, I picked her up and we were driving to go get boba tea, and this big moving, not even van, truck stopped right in front of me and then started backing up into me. So they just pretended I didn't exist and then they hit me. And we were just sitting there like, what the hell is going on? As it started backing up, I started honking, and then I tried backing up and I wasn't fast enough. So I don't have a camera in my car, so there's no way to prove that, they just kept saying, later they said that they didn't hit me and that I hit them. Yeah, there was internal damage. And I was like, no, no, no. And the guy that was driving it his name wasn't even on the insurance. His brother's was. Yes, boba tea is dangerous. It was a whole thing. And it was right in front of a little elementary school, and all the little kids were like, what's happening? I should have had them start recording. But Kathy stayed very calm. And the more agitated I got, Kathy got even calmer. Yeah, at first they didn't, and then when the insurance company started questioning them, they were like, we didn't even hit her. They just, they were lying because the driver wasn't on the insurance. So truthfully, I mean, I probably could have tried to sue for whatever, but I was just like, please just pay to get my car fixed. And the insurance guy was kind of sympathetic because I never told you this, Kathy. Remember the guy driving the truck, he texted me a picture of his driver's license. And so he had my phone number. And periodically he would text me like a rose or like something weird and lovey-dovey. Like he didn't know who he was texting. And so when I was on the phone with the insurance guy, I was like, look, I keep getting random texts from this guy at night, and my car has that safety thing that'll stop it from hitting anything. So we can go back and forth about this, but I just need to get my car fixed. And I think he had some sympathy for me because, like, the very next day I got approval in the mail. Yeah, it was weird. I kept getting like these like weird texts at like midnight. And I didn't want to block him because if we had to go further, I wanted evidence. And the insurance guy said to me, "Look, if you get any more texts from him, let me know." And so at that point, I was like, this is a decent human being. Well, you know, the driver was young. I actually kind of felt bad for him because I'm sure he was getting paid like under the table, and his brother probably got him into the company, and he probably, you know, he was just doing what he was told to do, but he shouldn't have been driving that big old truck. So I was just happy that my rental got covered and that the car ended up, in order to fix it, I think it came out to like $5,000. And because they paid for it, I didn't have to put my deductible out there. He had a driver's license, but when I looked at the insurance, he wasn't listed on the insurance card. And the owner of the company, when he called the owner of the company wanted to not go through the insurance and he wanted to pay to fix the car. But they say that, and then when you go get estimates and the time, you're supposed to report accidents like this within a certain time period. So if I didn't like get the car estimate and get them to pay within like, I think it's 48 hours or something, they could have just ditched it. I know. I mean, I've worked with small businesses like this, you know, so I know that they probably pay these guys under the table. They may not even be legal. And because somebody else with the same last name as him was listed on the insurance, they thought they could get away with it. And it wasn't even the same last name. I think it was like the middle name. It was something weird. So I was like, this is all very sketchy. You need to just pay to fix my car. But Kathy, I literally had just picked Kathy up. Poor Kathy. And we were just chatting away when this happened. And I was like, can't we just have a lovely visit without like me getting hit? But we were lucky because it had also been raining, and when the accident happened, it stopped raining. So at least we didn't have to stand in the rain. Yeah, he showed me, the guy who fixed the car showed me the inside, and behind the light there was like crushed stuff. Behind the grill had to be replaced, and behind the grill there was some smushed stuff. So when they backed up into me, even though it pressed in and there didn't seem to be quite a lot of damage on the outside, it pushed some stuff around on the inside. He showed me all the pieces. I was shocked. And then even my insurance company, I had sent them all of the driver's information when the accident first happened. And somehow my insurance company, like 3 months after the accident, was convinced that I said that he was driving my car. And so I started getting letters about that and had to call my agent and be like, what the hell is going on? So I had to send them in big writing. He was not driving my car. He was driving the truck that backed up into my car. You bad word people. all of that kind of stuff is like, I always think to myself, I'm pretty capable human being. And that kind of stuff is so overwhelming and so just like crippling for me. I can't imagine what it's like for somebody, like anybody else who struggles, who has any kind of similar struggles of depression or mental illness like I have. Like, that's one of the things, even years ago when I was trying to deal with insurance and trying to get, mental health assistance, I just always think about the people who don't have the supports, like an assistance that I have, to try to understand that stuff. Even just trying to get understand Medicare for my dad when he was alive, and all the different insurance stuff for him was so complicated, and trying to find out like what assistance was available to him. And I'm like, how do people who don't have any help figure any of this stuff out? Oh yeah, I mean, even through the years, like I went to go get an X-ray once, and a year after I got the X-ray, and I had insurance that covered the whole thing. A year after the X-ray, I got a bill from the hospital where I got the X-ray from, and I had to go back and forth with them and be like, "Excuse me, my insurance company paid you," and ultimately I was right, but to have to go back and forth with these companies, it's like they just know there are going to be some people who won't know how, and then they make money. And I switched to an HMO a couple years ago, and I got forced to like switch doctors, and I went to this teaching hospital, and the female doctors there were great, but calling and getting an appointment is like really difficult, and you can leave a message and they never call you back. And I finally was able to switch my insurance to a PPO this year, and I had to go through Covered California, and I had to do all of this stuff. And it was like, it's so much work just to get decent like assistance and coverage. I'm like, it's as angry as I get. I know I'm lucky that I grew up with a mother who helped teach me how to like work the system, because I was so sick when I was younger that she had to learn how to work the system. Because my doctor that I grew up going to only accepts PPO insurance now. So when he stopped accepting PPO insurance, I couldn't afford the PPO insurance. And or no, even the ones I couldn't afford, like the insurance agent I was going through said that they were only offering certain insurances in my area, and she could only get me into an HMO. So I had to switch, and I had to pick a doctor, and I picked a doctor that worked at a teaching hospital, not realizing it would be so difficult to just get like a phone call back. And my doctor that I've been seeing since I was a kid is not like the most brilliant doctor in the world, but he's very easy to get a hold of, and he's very helpful. And he'll like do blood work for me, and like he just makes everything easy. So my client last year went through the Covered California thing to try to get health insurance, because he works for himself obviously, and they helped him get discounted insurance and got him into a program and all of this stuff. So this year I called them and used the agent actually that he used, and she was able to get me some assistance on the insurance and to get me onto a PPO plan. So like I literally almost teared up. I was so happy, because it's the same price of what I was paying for the HMO, and I can and the but the copays are cheaper than I was paying even for the HMO, because I did not make a lot of money the last year. Um, and I can go see my old freaking doctor, and I can go see like Yeah, thanks. I mean, really, this Covered California thing is amazing. And I could have gotten dental too, but I didn't want to get dental. Um, but I'm just, it's hysterical to me. I was laughing with my mom. I was like, I can't believe, like, I'm so excited that I get to go see all these doctors and get blood taken from me. I'm like, maybe I can go get, like, I'll get poked and prodded. I never thought I would get to the age where I would be excited about all of this. Yeah, I know you people out there had your program changed before the country's program did. It was amazing how easy it was. I don't know what they call it in other states. I mean, it's obviously all around the country. But for those who need assistance who don't make a lot of money, if you haven't called like your version of Covered California, I highly suggest it. But the hard part is getting an insurance agent to call you back, because they're supposed to call you back. Like on the site, it says somebody will call you in 15 minutes. But because it's the end of the year, it's going to take like, it could take up to a week to get a phone call back. I was just lucky that I had the phone number of the agent that my client used. Oh, God. I just hope that the assistance continues on and that I don't lose the insurance after a couple of years. But I'm trying to, as I slowly inch my way towards 50, I'm trying to, well, I'm about to turn 49. So I'm trying to spend the next year getting everything done that I need to get done. Because, all my friends were all hitting that age where, I mean, I've always had health issues, but now it's the extra special health issues. Like I've had a couple friends who've had breast cancer and had to have mastectomies and colonoscopies and, you know, just cancer stuff. And it's that we're there. I'm like, oh, every time I see that like colon guard commercial, I'm like, oh God, nobody wants to play with their poop. But I guess it's better than a colonoscopy. Right, Rob? Yeah, I mean, we all got to play with our poop. Well, the only thing about the colonoscopy is that they put. I need somebody to drive me there and bring me home, and it's a whole day. Like it's an ordeal, and it's just easier to play with your own poop and then go drop it off at the lab. But I need to go get a mammogram. I know, right? I can, I can deal with kitten poop. I just can't deal with my own. Yeah, I think you kind of have to put the paper under the seat so that it doesn't go on the water. I don't know. All my other friends have figured out ways of doing it, so I'll just read the directions and figure it out. I'm just gonna. That's why I'm excited about the PPO so that I don't have to go get approval to see these doctors. That I can just, yeah, the clean wrap, so that I can just make these appointments and go do this stuff. Yes, I'm gonna do the. Well, the only problem with the cling wrap is that you can't flush it. Yeah, I'm not excited about the mammogram either, but I gotta do it. I've had too many friends who've had to have their boobs removed. Bye, Lizzie. But just like we've always talked about, you know, going to the dentist, all the things that none of us want to do. I feel like for, you know, that was like the last 10 years. Now this next 10 years of us all being together, we got to do the like the colonoscopy or the poop tests. She's only 30, Aloha. Oh God. Well, I have to say that all of my friends who've had the mastectomies, and all of them got implants after that, they've all done great. But you know, it's an ordeal, and they're so young, and it's so scary. I feel like lately I've been surrounded by cancer. So much cancer. I'm just trying to be responsible and do all the tests that I don't want to do. Just like for years, I didn't want to go to the dentist, and then when I finally went to the dentist, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Because, you know, I was going like every 5 months religiously to the dentist, and because of the pandemic, I hadn't, but I'm going to go back to doing my I'm going to do every 6 months again. Because I want to try not to lose all my teeth. Because teeth are expensive. Getting teeth replaced is really too expensive. And I don't expect to be a wealthy lady when I'm older. Yeah, I think all of the dentists here would be careful too. I'm just, I don't know. But I've been really good about flossing, and I'm always good about brushing. But during the pandemic, I tried to be extra careful since I knew I wasn't going to be going for a while. But I feel like that's all the adulting stuff that like none of us want to do, you know? Nobody wants to go get a mammogram. Nobody wants to go to the dentist and have their teeth scraped, and nobody wants to have to play with their poop, but if we all do it together. I mean, we shouldn't all like do it together in the same room or anything, but we got to support each other in taking care of ourselves. Because we all want to be around for a long time, as much as possible. We've lost too many people since we started the kitten cams. Yeah, why aren't they using air purifiers? Right, ghosties. Put your key in the bowl and pull out your saran wrap. Oh, I love him, Kathy. He's so funny. Look at my boy. Look at my veiny hands. Hi, baby. Oh. All right, you guys, I think I'm going to go overdose on ibuprofen. And maybe I'll take some Mucinex to try to deal with whatever's going on with my sinuses. Can you take Mucinex if you've taken Allegra the same day? Good night, Tam. I'm always afraid of mixing medications. Because I took Allegra earlier today. But it should be, yeah, it's different than Mucinex, so it should be okay, I think. If only I had married a doctor or something. Rob. You're so handsome, Rob. All right, good night, you guys. You're asking Dr. All right, if you find anything, you message me on Facebook. All right, I'll do another chat again soon, guys. Good night, people.